Turn the light on?
Good idea.
No, it's on. All this crap laying over here.
Stuff I'm not using. Garbage.
Not using all this garbage? So we're gonna use this garbage?
That's the good stuff.
Oh, this is the good stuff.
Well, I don't know about good, but looking at it, some of it looks pretty rough.
You didn't mix up that, did you?
I did not. Well, I don't know why that one's off.
That's the one I did. Let a little bit of feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Good clean old American oil.
You didn't change it very often, I guess.
Yeah, probably not. Probably wasn't the first time, but it definitely wasn't the second time. It actually don't look too bad. Even though the oil was never changed, it was nice and thick oil, so it protected the parts. See, there's no grooves in it.
Looks good.
Even though this looked like crap, a lot of heavy buildup.
Mm-hmm.
After you clean all the crap off, it's got very, very little buildup or wear on there. It's actually pretty flat. Most of this is built up from crud, not from wear down. That's the advantage of thick ass old oil. It saves the parts. Look how loose that is. You know why?
No, no bolts.
It's not all the way down.
Yeah.
Tighter now, see? Very little wear.
It's a good sign.
There's that thick ass old oil in it. That 70 weight oil in its whole life.
About the first good news we've had in this one.
Even though it looks like crap, it actually wore pretty good. These are nice. Still got some original wear on there, still ain't too bad. Not pitted.
Mm-hmm.
Ball cup is still good. Yeah. But even though it's old crappy oil, it did its job. Yep, same thing. Very little wear. There's your wear right there. It's not much. You can see in the camera though.
Yep.
You can see shine has changed, but you don't see a lip. That one's starting to pit a little bit right there. Good. The other half go.
Here.
Oh. Yep. We used to call these Mexican bikes.
What was that?
Come out of Mexico.
These did?
When you see stuff like this, they change the oil down there halfway decently, and they always use the real thick ass Harley oil. But they're pretty religious about changing it most of the time. It just gets dirty really fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's crappy oil. It protects the parts. So you see these motors look like pure garbage. They're all rigged up. But you get the actual motor apart, the internals are like new still. Even after decades of being abused by riding. Up here in the US, we just tear the crap out. We use shitty oil in it. We don't like to change it. Get that finish in there. It's original quality machining. See, it's not even worn all the way across yet. Even though it's really old. The oil stays down those little craters and protects the part.
Right.
What you think you need and what the real world is two different things.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't need to be perfectly smooth.
It doesn't need to be 20/50 either. Straight 70. Bike will live forever. Change it every now and then. be fine. See a little bit of seizure marks in there where it's kind of sticking, but it's still pretty smooth. Doesn't look real, but doesn't look good, but it's smooth and there's almost no wear. See the lip there? It's almost nothing. There's no real lip.
Nice.
US bikes you take apart, they're all torn up. Way worse. Some of these have holes up here, some don't. The later ones have holes in here, the earlier ones don't. You got oil on these ones. So these ones were on the intake, I think, to squirt on the oiler.
Mm-hmm.
I would put them on exhaust to lubricate the exhaust. So that would do with them. But Harley had different theories. So these are nasty looking, but just put them right back in there. That'd be good for a few more decades if you use thick ass oil.
All of me.
You can see the buildup of the oil. It's thick as shit. But underneath that crud, see it's smooth.
Oh yeah.
Just build up. Let's go there and scrub all that oil off, the residue. Get to a fresh surface, call it done. This one has the most wear of anyone we've seen yet. It's the roughest one. This is not that rough. Your valves, on the other hand, look like crap.
Yeah, they sure do.
A million miles on them. The same deal. See how there's no real wear. Thick oil protects things. These were replaced recently with exhaust.
You get no wear.
Someone put new exhaust valves in. They haven't really been worn. You see, they've barely even been run. Look at the finish on the things. They're just cheapest valve in the world.
And the guy told me that it had been rebuilt before. It was in the fire, but
So here's the old valve. See, it's nice and smooth. See?
you know,
Don't
who'd
hear
have
the noise.
believed?
These new valves. Nice and rough. Back in the day, I used to call these $3 valves because that's what they used to sell for. I have hundreds of these. I never use them. But I tested them and they hold up just fine if you keep good oil in there. I put in my Sportster, which goes through the valves real quick.
Uh-huh.
You're lucky to get 5,000 miles to a Sportster top end before it eats the valves all up.
Wow.
I put about 4,000 on the miles on it with cheap ass valves, but I ran really good oil in it and kept it clean and tore the motor apart. And there's almost no wear on everything. Same thing, good oil makes part live. But when you get water in there and rust, that's not good for it.
That's not good.
Alright, so we can put this crap back in if you want. Or you can put this stuff in there. These here need to be cleaned up, get all the muck off. Regrind the tip slightly, especially on this one, and they're pretty much good to go. They could be tightened up a little bit if you wanted to, but they're good. There they are. Now your heads have been abused.
It looks like it.
That's clamping. They get dinged right here from being beat on tables and shit. Over here, that's from hitting in the ground or something. This one's the worst one. It's obviously been run that way. Can you see the big low spot between it? It's been like that for a while. So, being cast aluminum, you got two options. Leave it alone,
Leave it alone, yeah.
or you attempt to break it or fix it.
Maybe we leave it.
So, you heat it up with a torch. You get it up pretty hot. Now, aluminum melts at about 1250. And it moves around at about 1,000. Gets soft. So you got a couple hundred degrees there to work in. So you take a piece of metal. Use the machine for different applications. See, this one, the overall length goes in there. So you heat this up right here, and then you hit it right here with a hammer. Boom. And that'll bend it back around a little bit. Then you take this big ass one that's made to be the actual good size, and you can beat this one in. It's a little bit too much to go in one shot. Heat it up, beat this in, and that'll mush it out a little bit. If you're lucky, it won't crack. That's That's about 50-50. Aluminum does not like to bend, it likes to crack. So that's up to you to decide there. Now, one thing I noticed is I think the butt holes are plugged up one of the heads. So you always take a drill and you run it down the hole. And you see what you hit. This one went all the way down, see? No muck. That was to the bottom, but it's a little bit gooey down there. See a little goo?
Mm-hmm.
So it's there. Then don't forget, you got to come in on the other side. Here. Where that ties in, I'm not sure how they do it on these ones. Let's see how they tie it together. So normally this one here goes way down in there. See it in there?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so it's open obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Normally the hole over here and it comes down and intersects that hole. Because this one's not there. So that one's open. This one's not open. Full of carbon.
Mm-hmm.
Dried up carbon. This is the rear head. It got so hot it melted. It carbonized the oil. Because I was blowing on it, the air didn't really want to go through it. So this had restricted oil flow.
Huh. Okay.
So it's all kind of mucky in there a little bit. It's got cholesterol on the side of the holes there.
It's got plaque.
Yeah, it's got some plaque in there. I can feel it. So you just rub on it back and forth and try to knock it off. Pushing like different angles, trying to rub it off. This only has this much cutting area, so not much. So it's open, but it's plugged up too. There, finally hit bottom. But I started way up here. 2.5 inches of cholesterol in there with plaque. So it was open a little bit, but it definitely is restricted. I've had these things be 100% plugged up.
All the way to the top.
No, just the hole was plugged up.
Oh,
It's
just
usually
the
about this much distance, solid. And run that way for a long time. That's where the motor makes a lot of noise on one cylinder, not the other.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is, huh?
Usually. Lack of oil. Yeah. It gets a little bit through like osmosis, but that's about it. Not enough to do anything. But I've had them where they're just 100% plugged. Nothing, air would not go through it. Now we're going all the way down the bottom. So it's still, you can feel it on the wall, but it's going all the way up. And we already know this one's open because it's, there it is. But even this big one here has got crud on it. See the crud?
Mm-hmm.
They don't drop on the exhaust before it bends them.
Especially after you fix it.
That's how this one gets bent all the time. Dropped on it. #1 cause.
That's why you have rubber floors.
Yeah, but they get rubbed up on the bench. You see all the crud coming out of it all. It turns to muck goo, and then it turns into hard carbon. It's called overheating. Not clean oil. Doesn't have any mileage you got on it. When you cook your oil, it turns into garbage. To get rid of it, doesn't work anymore after it turns to garbage. Alright, so this needs to be cleaned out a little bit better than that, but some brake clean back and forth a few times. Carb cleaner works really good because it breaks up carbon.
Mm-hmm.
So brake clean is not made to clean like dirt and crap off. Carb cleaner is made to clean the muck out. Two different chemicals. Alright, so your rear head is a little constipated in there. Alright, what are we doing on these things? You want to blast these things clean, or
Yeah,
what do you want to do?
let's blast them.
Blast them.
Just make them look pretty.
Pretty.
Yep.
You might get hot in here.
Did all that work on that motor. May
It's
as well.
already 73 degrees in here. You want to make it 80. Yeah, let's see how that goes.
It's a lot cooler this week. Last week was brutal.
It's always hot down here. Low 70s. Hot. All right.
What hurts?
Me.
You hurt?